Welcome to your Sunshine Yoga Flow, where we can move to make you feel warm and happy as though the sun is always shining on you. Let's begin towards the back of your mat, bringing your heels and shins underneath your thighs and your knees and legs touching. Rolling the shoulders down and back to open up through the chest. Let's begin with some seated cat-cows. Inhaling to arch through the back, bringing the gaze to look up towards the sky. And then on an exhale, round through the back, straighten through the arms, and bring the gaze down towards your legs. Continue with this motion to open up through the spine and the back and release any tension from your night's sleep. Take 3 more breaths here. On your last breath, walk your hands forward, come up high on the toes, and press your hips back towards your heels, coming in to a toe stretch. As you exhale, bring your knees towards the edge of the mat, your big toes to touch, and lengthen your arms long, coming in to a child's pose. Resting here to open up through the hips and stretch through your inner thighs. On your last breath, walk your hands towards your hips, plant your feet onto the mat, and bring your toes to face towards the edge of the mat. Palms are in prayer position and elbows are pressing against your knees, coming in to a yogi squat. Continue to breathe here as we open up through the hips a little bit more and lengthen through the spine. Take 1 more inhale. As you exhale, plant your hands into the mat, straighten through the knees, coming in to a forward fold. Holding here to increase the circulation to our head and stretch through the back of our legs. As you exhale, bring your hands to your knees. Exhale, release your hands back down towards the mat. On an exhale, begin to roll all the way up until the crown of your head is reaching up towards the sky. Once here, flip your palms to face the front of your mat, coming in to a mountain pose. And then windmill your arms up overhead, pressing your palms together at the top, and then slowly tilt your upper body backwards to open up through the torso and the lower back. On your last breath, bring the body back to center. Circle your arms back towards your side, and on an exhale, begin to tuck from your chin, upper back, mid back, and lower back, coming back into a forward fold. Once here, walk your hands out towards the top of your mat, pressing your heels down. Take a breath. As you exhale, round the upper back forward, coming into a plank, and then bend through the elbows, lowering the body onto the mat. Straighten through the arms and lift the chest proudly up, bringing the gaze towards the sky, coming in to an upward facing dog. As you exhale, come up high on the toes, push the hips up, coming back into a downward dog. Lift through the right leg, bend through the right knee, opening the hips up towards the side of the mat, coming into a three-legged dog. As you exhale, circle your right leg towards the top of the mat, bending through the right knee and lengthening your left leg long. Push into your hands and lift your upper body up, coming into a lunge. Hold here as we open up through the hips and the inner thighs. On your last breath, bring your hands back down towards the mat to frame your right foot, and then heel toe your right shin across your body, lowering your hips down onto the mat, coming in to a pigeon. Shoulders are rolled down and back, and gaze is neutral. If you'd like to deepen the stretch in your glutes and your thighs, walk your hands forward, folding your upper body over your leg. On your last breath, walk your hands back towards your hips. Bring your back leg in to meet your front leg. Place your shins on the mat and balance on your knees. Place your hands towards your lower back. Fingers are facing towards the mat. And on an exhale, tilt your upper body towards your toes, coming into a mini wheel. Hold here as we open up through the front body and stretch through the thighs. On your last breath, place your hands down towards the center of the mat, lift through the hips, bringing your legs out wide, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Hold here for 3 breaths to increase the circulation throughout the body, increasing your body temperature and endorphins, and gaining a beautiful stretch down the back of your legs. As you exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll your upper body up until the crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. Twist your hips and upper body to face the front of the mat. Straighten through both legs, bringing the back foot on a 45-degree angle. Arms are in prayer position on your lower back. Inhale to prepare, and on an exhale, fold your upper body over your front leg. If you feel more comfortable placing your hands onto the mat, this option is always available for you. Continue to hold here to stretch through the legs. On your last breath, lift your right arm up towards the sky, planting your left hand onto the mat, coming in to a triangle. On your last breath, windmill your hand back down towards the mat, push your front foot back, planting your heels into the mat, coming in to a downward dog. Hold here for a moment. And on an exhale, lift your other leg up towards the sky, bend through the knee, and open up the hips towards the side of the mat, coming into a 3-legged dog. As you exhale, windmill your leg towards the top of the mat, planting your foot on the mat, bending through the knee, and fingers are facing up towards the sky. Hold here for 3 more breaths. As you exhale, bring your hands onto the mat. Heel toe your front shin across your body, lengthening your back leg long, coming in to a pigeon. Shoulders are rolled down and back, and gaze is neutral. There is always the option to deepen the stretch in your leg by walking your hands forward and folding your upper body over your front leg. On your last breath, walk your hands back to your hips. Bring your front leg to meet your back leg at hip distance apart and come to balance on your knees. Lengthen your arms long, folding your upper body onto the mat, coming in to a happy puppy pose. Take 3 breaths here. On your last breath, push into your hands and round your upper body up. Lift your hips up towards the sky and press into your heels, coming back into a downward dog. Hold here for a moment. And then step one leg forward. Bring your hands towards the center of the mat, coming in to a wide-legged forward fold one last time. As you exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, lift your upper body until the crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. Turn your upper body towards the back of your mat, straighten through your front leg, and bring your back foot on a 45-degree angle. Palms are in prayer position towards your lower back, and as you exhale, bend through the hips and fold your upper body on top of your front leg. Breathing here and noticing what you need at this time. If that's bringing your hands to frame your front foot or holding them in prayer position towards your lower back. On your last breath, bring your hand down onto the mat inside your foot and lift the opposing hand up towards the sky, coming into a triangle to open up through the chest, stretching through the legs, and increase the circulation in your body. On your last breath, bring both hands down onto the mat, step your back foot to meet your front foot, coming in to a forward fold. Hold here for a moment, and then as you exhale, bring your hands to your knees, coming into a halfway lift. Hold for a breath, and then exhale to fold your hands back down to the mat. Bring your toes to face towards the edge of the mat, bend through the knees to lower your hips, and bring your hands in prayer position and your elbows gently pressing against your knees, coming in to a yogi squat. 2 more breaths here. On your last breath, lower your hands down onto the mat. Bring the big toes to touch and the knees towards the edge of the mat, coming in to a child's pose. Connecting back with the self and the breath, and just noticing how you feel. Maybe setting an intention for your day and calling in all the warm and wonderful things you'd love to happen. On your last breath, push into your hands and round through the back to come into a seated position. Windmill your arms up overhead, clasping the hands at the top in prayer position, and then lower your hands towards your heart center. Closing the practice with gratitude and giving thanks for another day of being able to move and live in a way that feels right for you. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. I hope to see you in the next video soon. Namaste.